What is up, guys? XJ9's here, and today's going to be a video about the Amascut Q8 with RS Guide TLDR. I will say I did not listen to the actual video because I don't think I can, but this guy has kindly written up the everything that was talked about, and some very interesting details were revealed here, and I'll talk about it. So, right away, are there rewards for KC like Nakacha, Horde Mode, Kill Count Aura, Armor Set, Weapon Skin? And so if you kill the boss on the world first difficulty, 2,000 in rage during the first week, you'll get a golden aura. After the first week, if you complete 2,000, you get a green aura instead. They didn't say anything about like 4,000 in rage if there's like a title like Zamorak or anything, so we don't know. But I will say right away, I cannot believe that the difficulty that they're going to release this boss on for like the world first race is only 2,000. I've been saying in my videos it'll be like 5k, 10k, just because after the 3 hours you can do 4k. So I think it's kind of fun. Like if no one were able to kill this boss or defeat Amascut for the first 3 hours, you could do a higher in rage, which just sounds so weird to me. 2,000 is just very low. Again, like if it's anything like Zamorak in terms of damage output on the enrages, like it depends if it's like Telos. Like Telos' 2,000 rage hurts a lot compared to Zamorak 2k, but it's probably going to be similar to like again like Arc Light Core and Zamorak just because they're the most recent, and they've done Arc Light Core and Zamorak are very similar with how they do their enrage scaling. So yeah, the fact that it's only 2,000, I definitely think like it makes me really want to make a team because like I mean I just don't have anyone, which really sucks, guys. And like I'm just gonna pop in here right now, guys, and I'll pop in later in the video. But I'm probably gonna reopen my Discord and just to see who joins it. Is this gonna be for Amascut right now? So maybe look at the comments below, okay? And I'll post it. And maybe my description. I don't know. I need to update my description, but I need to clean up the Discord, and I'm just gonna post it because like I'm gonna try and make I think I already have 5 people, but I'm not sure. Nothing's confirmed, so I need someone to talk to them. So if you want to join Amascut and maybe play with other people that watch XJ9, maybe join my Discord. I need to fix it up, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, it's like, man, I just like me, Ali, like, bro, maybe me and Ali should just do the boss. But yeah, like the fact it's only 2,000, like you can just, man, I think this boss is gonna die within like Ali said 24 minutes. I said maybe 30 or an hour. I don't think it's going to last that long. There's so much damage reduction in this game, and all you really need to do is just read the chat. Like, this boss is probably going to be like Virago, okay? Let's continue. So, this is a troll thing. Are the weapon drops only exclusive to the hardest difficulty? So, the paper said there's going to be 5 different enraged thresholds. So, it's going to be similar to Arc Laker where you activate, essentially, thresholds. I don't think it probably is activating mechanics because at certain thresholds are probably a new mechanic. We don't know if past besides these 5 thresholds, if there's more mechanics like at 4K, at 5K. I probably not, in my opinion. But as you increase, as you increase the enraged threshold, so your 0% lowest chance is normal mode. You do 100%, you have a little bit higher chance. If you have all the mechanics on, that's your highest chance of receiving the uniques. But if you have and if you have all 5 of the mechanics on for the highest it's not even the highest in range, it's just all the base mechanics are on, there will be a unique drop, and this is the hard mode of the fight. So again, we don't know the specifics, but essentially normal mode is going to be probably 0 in rage, increasing the rage at certain thresholds or selecting. Like, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do 50% Amascut. It might just be thresholds you have to choose. Which will actually make grouping a lot easier. Actually, if they do this, this will make grouping a lot easier. So I honestly hope they do. I hope it's just like 0, 100, 500, 1,000, 2K. That's it. If anyone wants to do 4K, they advertise as a team. But this would make it easier for people to make teams, like looking for Amascut 500, look for Amascut 100, instead of like looking for Zambi 900s or Zambi. Like, it makes it a lot more clear. There's like filters, okay? So we don't know yet. They didn't say what drop is going to be the hard mode drop. I don't know if it's going to be a new drop or one of the drops they already revealed. If I had to guess, it would probably be. I think it's going to be the 2H. I think the necromancy weapon, I'm not sure if there's an offhand, but I think the necromancy weapon is gonna be like, hey, necromancers, they want that shit, so there you go. I think the 2H is gonna be mega broken. It wouldn't surprise me if the 2H has like a Zuck Sword effect. Like, the reason the Zuck Sword released in such a poor state was because they moved the broken effect on this new 2H. If I were to guess, yeah, the 2H has this effect. Uh, do defensive abilities work? Like, are they nullified on hit, or are they weakened like as Zami? There will be modifiers that impact some of your defenses from some of Amascut's mechanics, so we'll definitely see shield penetration, like 24% less effectiveness. I really hope they do something with devotion, because devotion is cheating essentially. Like, I'm not saying it's cheating, but like if Zamorak does 40% penetration of your defensives, devotion doesn't matter. Devotion makes it the hit a 1, which is really broken. That was a big oversight. I'm not sure why they never changed that. Are Amascut's mechanics heavily movement based like Horde Sanctum? There's a lot of movement in the boss fight, but not as much as Horde Sanctum. That is honestly kind of crazy, because I actually find Horde Sanctum not to even be that much movement. The people that say there's a lot of movement at Horde Sanctum, they're panicking. If you look at my guide, or even like the video of me doing like the Grandmaster Nakatra time, you don't really move. Like, again, this game is a tick based game, and when you move or run, you run at 2 squares per tick, right? So you really only need move 2 to 3 squares max, or dive, and that's it. So you usually just move 2 to 3 squares. Like, oh, here's a square, here's a square. You can literally move all the way here. Like, it looks like 8 tiles in like one game tick. So I'm very surprised. It's going to be not much movement. I'm guessing it's going to be heavily mechanic based at that point. Compared to other bosses, how difficult is the day 1 challenge mode of Amascut? And they say the artist guide considers it to be more difficult than any other standard boss fight in the game. I don't know what the standard boss fight means. Like, is it like 100% Zamorak? Is it just normal mode? We don't know. Based on his 8 hours of testing and unfinished iteration of the boss, he says there was a death in the group around every minute, many of which were him. Bro, I'm not joking when I say RS guy died 150 plus times at Rockstar release within 8 hours. I don't know how you do that. I don't even know how I could purposely die 150 times within 8 hours. I don't know how you do it. So that's not even saying much, guys. He probably did not bring a Hellhound. Is it fun? The artist guy said he had a blast, and it's unlike any other boss in this game. Well, anything new is fun, but then usually the fun gets killed out. Like, Vorkath was really fun, but now it's like kind of like a boss where it's just like, wow, you just one cycle Emerald. Unlike any other boss, so I'll get more into that later. Can you fight Amascut with any style, or is there one that seems to be easier to use over others? Without going into too much detail, certain styles are expected to come out on top, like at most bosses. You should be able to get through normal mode and earlier enrages with any style. So probably the first 1, 2, and 3 enrages. So you can probably use any style at the boss. Again, the only style they're probably talking about not being at top is probably melee, because melee just takes too much damage when you're berserk. You're going to die, and like, is the AOE even that good? Like, Necro is really good at AOE, Magic's good at AOE, range can be good at AOE, but things have to be like stationary and not moving and on top of each other. So this is kind of like a whatever statement. Like, it just means players form things, and that's how they do bosses now. It's like, before people used to range Shankta, but now they use magic and melee now. How have Mod Ramen and the guys solved Cade devotion septing? There have been learnings from previous bosses such as Zamorak, and what they're referencing here is that Cade incepting people is one of it's honestly probably, I wouldn't say it's the most broken in the game, but it's one of the most broken mechanics in the game. It's just so much value. Like, oh, we're doing Zamorak. All you do is cast the vote. You sep people. You sep your team, like your 3 teammates. You cast devotion. Okay, your devotion's out. Well, if you're not casting barricade, the other guy to cast devotion, and you just cycle. They're all doing the same thing. You just cycle, and you take no damage. It's 0 damage. So it's like, yeah, they're hopefully, again, they have like, maybe disable your prayer. Maybe your prayer doesn't even work, or I don't know. Maybe Amascut says your gods don't do shit, guys. Is that Necro only boss? Like, how the Katra is doable in all styles, but really use, like, I don't know what type of statement this is. No, it's not a Necro boss, guys. What the heck? What makes this fight challenging, especially compared to something like Hormone Nakatra? The group aspect, guys. This is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. That, like, literally, we're finally admitting that group content is hard because it's group. It's not because of necessarily the boss. It's just you have to have people on the same page. You have to all do the mechanic. Like again, doing Solak and having 5 greens fall, and let's say it was an instant kill if one touched the ground. That is infinitely harder than being solo and having 1 green fall. Infinitely harder. Okay. So it's not a group boss that scales down to solo. It's a group boss. There will be times where certain players in the group have to take a role to complete certain actions to progress the fight. There are many moments where you need to work with your teammate to go further into the fight. So it sounds like you need at least another person to do this fight. Like they said, duo or 5-man. Uh, it it doesn't scale down to solo. It's a group boss, by the way. More into that later. Is there an extra action button? No. That's actually pretty surprising. But you shouldn't put in an extra action button just because. You should only put it in if it's like absolutely required for what you want to do. So I actually kind of like that. It kind of brings a little bit of confidence. Like, wow, they didn't just like go, oh, let's just put an extra action button just because. I also think because there's not an extra action button, it'll be a little bit more accessible to players. Because I think Zamrak might be a little bit daunting because they're like, oh, when do I click the extra action button? Like, it's an extra layer that you're not used to. Like, that's not part of your base kit. You're not used to that. How accessible is it in terms of telegraphing, voice cues, visual cues, etc.? The telegraphing follows up. Sorry, what the heck is that? What? I don't know what that is. Sorry. How accessible? Yeah, sorry. So how telegraphed is the boss? The telegraphing follows up from Sanctum of Rebirth with glowing tiles on ground when things are about to happen. So explosions and like whatnot. And maybe the glowing tile is good and you want to go on it. On top of that, it's fully voiced. I'm very excited for the voiceover. I hope it's good. I'm very curious about how the voice sounds. I'm very curious about the music. And a secret third telegraphing system that indicates incoming player specific attacks. So I'm curious about that. I don't know if that just means like, say like, I'm going to take a 80,000 damage range hit that I need to pray against and deflect. And someone else takes an 80,000 damage melee hit that they have to like deal with. I'm not sure what that means. Um, but or maybe they need to call it out and you need to communicate with your team, like type it out. How many phases or how far did you get? The artist guy isn't allowed to say how many phases are in total, but he made it to phase 5. This boss probably has 6 or 8 phases, guys. Does the soundtrack bang? The soundtrack is sick. YouTube or Cole Roland helped create it. I listened to like 3 of this guy's songs, and I mean, all he does is just play the guitar with like a band. So like, it's pretty like it's I don't know what it is. I'm not a music guy, but like it's really like type of think Temple of Aminishi, Seiryu Phase 3, Cycle 3, but like 2 times harder, essentially. Um, does all the fight take place in the same arena with the phases being within it like Solo Yaka, or does it move like Virago Telos? More like Virago Telos. There's a main area you'll spend a majority of the fight, but you will travel to different places. So, to me, again, this sounds like you'll be in it. This fight will take place outside, I believe, the the pyramid where the pharaoh is. Like, you've teleported to Menopause Lodestone. It's just northwest. That's where the fight takes place. And you probably like the whole area probably gets crazy. She probably sends you to Shadow Sands or something. Maybe we enter a tomb or something, like we're in a pyramid of hers, and then like we travel, like maybe we go into the sanctum again, but we're like in a different part of it, and we have to like do puzzles. Uh, so is Amascut the only thing that he's killing within the fight? No. Well, that's good because I mean minions are really important, guys. Simple yes or no. Will this be RuneScape's hardest boss? Yes. Well, again, it definitely again it just depends on like what's hard about it. Just the group aspect. Is it the mechanic aspect? Is it because it go up to 60k? Like I'm assuming 60k Amascut is harder than 60k Zamorak, for instance. Can the Reaper crew achievement be unlocked via the normal mode? Yes. What will the defense be like? Can you hit 100% without using Zerka R buffs? Unanswered. I like how they say Zerka R buffs instead of debuffs. Like everyone's resort is Zerka R instead of like Blackstone arrows, Lord of Bones, Gothic staff, Quake that does +4 affinity. Quake +4 affinity is pretty darn good, isn't it? Damn, that's pretty good. Is it soloable? So, this is a big question, guys. Here it comes. Certain mechanics need coordination for multiple players, so it should not be soloable. But the lowest amount of people needed to kill the boss will be 2. But if you can get a group of 5, that will be better. So again, it's pretty interesting that at first they said it's going to be for 3 to 5 people. but then they changed it to 2. So to me, I'm hoping that if you were to go with 2 people, they need to be on top of things to do it with 2 people. Okay, because the fact that they changed it from 3 to 3 to 5 to 2 to 5, there had to be like some really like, oh, technically you could do it, but it's really hard. So hopefully it's like that. So I'm actually very happy it's soloable because I remember when Next came out, the boss was literally impossible to solo. Fun fact: Next was only able to be soloed because of a bug. It was essentially an exploit. It wasn't a bug. It was an exploit where she can't attack you and just stand on a certain tile. I don't know why it was never patched. That was probably one of the worst things that Crystal did, was not patch that. He just said like, I think he was like, oh wow, that's so clever, but it's like, yikes, honestly. A Raxor duo, if someone dies, the kill becomes impossible. Possible if a Raxor webs you, for instance. So I'm pretty excited that, like, I'm actually very happy it's not soloable. So you won't see videos like, oh, solo Amascut, and then you're gonna see someone say, hey, someone solo Amascut, so make a solo mode. It's like, no, please, no. If I was a developer, I would do shit like this. If I made a group boss, I'm like, no, you just die. She just gets enraged and kills your ass if you're solo. How would you say normal mode and challenge mode compare to existing bosses? Amascut is an endgame boss bar. Normal mode is relatively accessible. If you complete hard or elite combat mastery achievements, you should be able to take on normal mode. Those are not hard at all. There is no perfect comparison for challenge mode because unlike other bosses. So again, when they're talking about challenge mode, they're talking about 2K and rage. So I'm really curious again when they talk about the 5 enrages or 5 difficulty enrages you can pick. Does it go up to the challenge mode, or like is the challenge mode like way hard? Like is the 5 enrages like literally just 100% enrage? Is it like we don't know. So again, a lot of the difficulty. Again, it's important to note they said it was just because it's group. I don't think Amascut will inherently be a hard boss. It's just people in this game, RuneScape, do not do group content. They're not used to communicating. They are not used to using like tank armor. They're not used to just read the chat or what is going on. Okay, is it like this boss is probably gonna be more of a puzzle than a damage boss? It's again, it'll probably be like Virago, where like again, 80% of the fight, the damage doesn't matter. It's we have to reduce the damage. We have to do the mechanic correctly. It was about that. It wasn't about just dealing damage. If you deal as much damage as you want, if you fail the mechanics, you would die. So it's probably gonna be like that. Well, we get. They always say it's not like other bosses, but it's probably just gonna be a puzzle boss like Virago. Will we get a certain glow around the character when we get a signature drop? Yes, which is kind of bad because it just means we have to wear our luck of doors before Amascut dies. Are there any added mechanics when you hit a certain rage? Talos Part 5, Zamek Part 7. So we're talking about the hidden phases. Like Talos Part 5 only exists at 100%. Zami P7 only exists at 100%. Maybe and he asks maybe something new after 4K. Yes, doesn't want to give too much away. So again, they said yes to. We don't know if they said yes to the 4K or yes to the hidden mechanic. Obviously, there's a new phase. I'd be very surprised if there was a new phase at enrage thresholds like 4K and 5K. I don't again because they stopped updating the enrages after a certain point. Like usually 2K is pretty much the peak of the difficulty in terms of mechanics changing. How is loot rolled? Is there any loot chest? Does everyone get their own loot, or is it Virago style? And again, just so someone doesn't say yes, I know Arc Lake or Orm scale and stuff like. It's not really that hard. Okay, how is loot rolled? It's just gonna be like Zamorak. So like, if you kill the boss at 100% rage, everyone gets a roll for the 1 out of 80 unique, and there you go. Like it's simple. Everyone gets their own loot, so you can just do keeps, guys. What are some combat achievements that should complete ahead of time to feel somewhat ready to tackle this fight? Somewhere between hard to an elite completion, general for normal mode. A lot of elite done in Summon Master and Summon Grandmaster for the hardest difficulty. So again, hard to give a specific achievement because it's so different to other bosses in the game. So when they say hardest difficulty, we don't know if this is like, are they talking about the challenge mode or are they talking about having all 5 enrages on? We don't know. Usually they say normal mode and then they say challenge mode, but now they say hardest difficulty. So they kind of change the terminology, so we don't know what they're talking about. Big question here, guys. Does the HP scale with team size? As far as our guy knows, no. That is crazy. This already means that if you have 4 people, you might as well take a 5th person. Let's just say Amascut has 20 million HP. You might as well take a 5th person because the HP is not going to go down or up with that 5th person, which is great. I always thought this is how group content should be made. It should be, hey, you can do it, but it's going to be pretty hard. You might as well just get some friends. It should be for the achievement if you want to do a duo, or like, You just don't want anyone messing up the mechanics or something. Like, oh, what if it's like Yakimuro's stun pool? Like, there you go. That's how it should be done. So I'm actually, again, this is very good. This already means that if it is like this, guys, so maybe not get our hopes up because Artist guy said this, not Jetix. It literally means that you should not be incentivized mostly. Like you should heavily not be incentivized not to do duo. You should always want to take 5 people. This is why they said if we recommend 3. You could take 3, but we highly recommend 5. So yeah, guys, if you're here, if just bring 5 people because it doesn't seem like she scales down. She's literally 5. Her HP is 20 million. This is the boss. If you take 2 people, you're dealing with the same thing. There you go. So it's kind of like Virago. Will there be combat achievements on release, or will they add 1 to 2 months later? Not on launch. The plans to release them about a month later. This was already known. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, this was very surprising. I'm very surprised they literally put an anti-solo mechanic. I'm very happy about that. And I'm very happy that the HP does not scale down because we needed a proper group boss. This boss has Solak is not even like a proper group boss because I don't like it. You can choose to do duo solo. I don't like that. We just need a group boss. This is like if they don't fuck this boss, like if this boss is Blaze and I love it, I'm gonna be really nervous because that's usually when they screw up the boss and go, you know what, we're nerfing everything. We're making it so the HP scales down. Uh, the RuneScape needs group content to live. It really does because there's no social element in this game. This game is like isolationist game. Like you might as well play Diablo 4, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will say the other thing is that it's only 2K in rage, so you could probably definitely, if with some research on like a decent team, do get the golden aura. If you complete the 2000 rage challenge mode within the first week, you get a golden aura. If you complete the 2000 rage after, you get a green aura. They should probably just give the green and golden aura if you complete it on the first week, though. I'm just saying. But yeah, I just don't like that it's time limited to 1 week for the golden aura because a lot of people are going to sell leeches. Like if it's a boss, again, that they're just going to have people take a 5th person. They're just going to die instantly. And then the 4 people will just finish the fight. Like, will you even need to live? You probably won't need to live. And even if you do, there's so much ways to make the guy live. And even if they don't live, a lot of people go on their accounts, right? So I don't like that personally, but whatever, right? So again, guys, that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna clean up my girlfriend will clean up my Discord because it's really old. And it's just gonna be it was for League before, but it's just gonna see how it goes. Like if people, I don't know if people are gonna join it. Okay, I really don't. Maybe 3 people will join it, but I want to see what happens. They're gonna join. Maybe talk about Amascut. Maybe talk about grouping. Maybe we can all talk to each other or something. That'd be nice. So yeah. Um, Jesus, these comments. Yeah, that's it. If you liked the video, maybe leave a like or some, or a dislike if you absolutely hated it, and comment maybe, right? Maybe tell me why you hate the video or like it. I don't know what else to say, guys. To be honest with you. Oh, one more thing. I was trying to remember this. I told my girlfriend about this after I read this before I made this video, and she told me like, "Don't you remember this dream I had like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago where?" She was explaining to me a boss that it was just me and her. She was not sure if other people died, but it was literally the Amascut boss. And we were like going down floors and we had to solve like hieroglyphics and stuff. And there was other things. And I hope you know, guys, I'm literally making her draw me a picture of what she saw and what the mechanic was. Because she saw like 3+ mechanics. And I'm like, you gotta tell me what you saw. And I'm not joking. If the mechanics are, she literally saw into the future. Like, guys, I think alternate realities exist, alternate dimensions, alternate universes. Because if I'll even save it, and if what she draws and what she describes to me is true, I'm gonna be like, what the hell? How? Like, I think it's very cute because I was taking the boss, and I was like, was I taking her? And she's like, yeah, and she said some other things, but I don't want to tell you guys. Okay, I don't want to tell you. It's not too much. Okay, it really isn't a big deal. But I just thought that was very cute. That was just me and her. So I don't know. Is it the world telling us we should just go do it? But I don't know what happened. That was just a funny story. So again, maybe join my Discord. I need clean up, so it won't be there right away. That's it. Uh, who's excited? You know, are you gonna go with some people? Again, guys, if you need a team, join my Discord or join PVMAFC. PVMAFC again. I respect them a lot because they actually don't kick me. I actually respect them a lot. Okay, like someone like I just respect them. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye.